He's VB and he lives in Perth, making super videos for all his worth. His channel is great, he's a good mate with Beryl, a feral southern head.
G'day beer lovers, it's your old mate again here, VB Ed. On day 4, we had a lot of distance to travel. It was a long travel day as we headed towards the border separating Kenya and Tanzania. Then on to the small town of Musoma on the shores of Lake Victoria. As we headed towards the Tanzanian border, the Kenyan countryside was breathtaking. It was beautiful. In this Kenya border area with Tanzania, I noticed that the Kenyans were growing a lot of Australian blue gum trees. Yes, it was a very unusual sight, and they were growing them very close together, which deprived the trees of sufficient nutrients, so it forced the trees to grow very thin and tall, and of course they use these blue gum trees for timber. Once we crossed the Kenya-Tanzania border into Tanzania, everything changed. Now, Tanzania being a lot hotter country than Kenya, it became a lot more dusty. The countryside wasn't as green, but the houses were totally different. Most houses had very tall roofs, and that was to do with the heat. Houses with tall roofs tend to stay cooler than houses with shallower roofs. We got excited when we started to get glimpses of Lake Victoria, the largest lake in Africa. It is also the largest tropical lake in the world and shares shores with 3 countries, Kenya, Tanzania and Uganda. This hotel on the banks of Lake Victoria is where we were supposed to be staying for the night, but it had been abandoned in the days leading up to our stay. The reason? The rising levels of Lake Victoria was lapping at its foundations. This was a very unusual situation. The water level of Lake Victoria isn't usually this high. Okay, so the company organised alternative accommodation arrangements for us at a nearby hotel. As you'll see, this hotel that we were going to be staying is unfinished. You know, they were going to have us stay on the ground floor level, and as you can see, the top two levels are still unfinished, and this is synonymous with Africa. A lot of commercial buildings are unfinished, but that doesn't stop them opening the doors for business. The advantage is that while a building is still under construction, there's no property or land taxes. This is where we stayed instead, and I had my own room, had a great night's sleep, and it was a very beautiful lodge to stay at.